captivity in Babylon. I believe that. Daniel prayed and fasted for deliverance from captivity. He prayed, and yet he knew the answer. You see, Daniel was a contemporary of the prophet Jeremiah. Daniel knew about the 70-day or year prophecy that we can still read in the book of Jeremiah in Scripture. From Jeremiah, Daniel knew that it was prophesied that his people would be freed from captivity. And yet, he prayed. He still prayed as if his prayers would make a difference for his people. A casual observer would never know by Daniel's constant daily prayer habit that he already believed in the prophesied deliverance. This is another side of the causality of prayer. Like Pascal described, this causality adds dignity to our human experiences. We get to see God's answers to us in response to our prayers. And this encourages us that no matter the circumstances we find ourselves in captivity or a pandemic, with or without the promise of deliverance, our daily habit of prayer should not be abandoned. Daniel knew the answer to his prayers, and yet each day he knelt by his window, even when his jealous colleagues wanted to use his daily habit of prayer to destroy him. He saw his prayers out to the last syllable. Well, I've become proficient at making face masks, but just as I was starting to relax and actually wondered if, maybe sewing could be a new hobby, my singer seized up on me. The machine wouldn't sew, and I did everything I could think of to fix it. I downloaded the manual online and I read it. I watched YouTube videos. I refilled the bobbin spool. I rethreaded the bobbin and the top threads. I took out the little brush and I brushed out the lint and I blew into the machine crevices. Nothing. Well, then I stopped. I almost laughed at myself sitting at my kitchen table as I said this. Okay, Lord, I feel like a 5-year-old coming to you, but my sewing machine won't work. Please, Lord, will you make my machine work? I finished praying, I rethreaded the machine again, and I pressed the foot pedal, and it whirred to a start, and it sewed a perfect line of neat, tiny stitches. Well, I put my face in my hands and I nearly cried. I tried everything but praying. And when I prayed, God heard. Causality. You know, I talk to God all the time about the big and the small things in my life, and I'm ashamed to say that I felt like a 5-year-old asking him to fix my machine. I mean, why wouldn't he hear that prayer? He wants us to pray until we see the answer out to the last syllable, no matter how simple our request may seem. There's dignity in prayer. Through prayer, God lets us be a part of his plans.